What's up, everybody? You're tuned in to the Cris
Am on.
podcast, episode 241, Takeover Wednesdays. Hope everybody's having a good day, a good night, whatever you're doing. You're at home, you're at work. We appreciate you tapping into the live stream. If you're listening on the playback, we appreciate you too. Leave a comment in the comment section. Got a lot of things to discuss tonight. WNBA, they come to a collective bargaining agreement. So we will be getting the WNBA season. We're going to discuss that, how we feel about that. Got some NBA news. Mom's going to bring us some NBA news. I got a little bit of NBA news too. We're going to talk about this Russell controversy sweeping the internet right now. We're going to talk about that. Also, I want to get Mom's opinion on this Darryn Peterson article that I read yesterday. Want to get his opinion on that. Also, we got Mom's random news and, of course, our Bet US Surefire picks and some NFL news too. So before we get into that, Mom, how you feeling, man?
Man, feeling good, man. Just watch my Lakers get a big dub in against the Rockets, man. Gearing up, getting ready for this March Madness weekend, man. So some exciting sports ahead of us, man. So I'm ready to talk about everything, man. How you feeling?
I feel the same, man. Getting ready for tomorrow. March Madness goes down round one. We're gonna have some games between Thursday, Friday, and I think Saturday too. So it's going down, men and women. You know what I'm saying? So it's going down. So
Yep.
all right, man. Let's jump it off, man. Ladies first, man. Let's talk about the WNBA, man. We was talking about this, man. Um, Praying and hoping that this would get done. They said that they spent over 100 hours in there cramming, trying to get this deal done, get it collected and bargains. Sleeping in the office, trying to get to an agreement, and they finally reached an agreement today. I'm gonna give you the details on that right now. So the so they agreed on salary cap will jump up from 1.5 million to all the way up to 7 million. So that's a huge jump for the salary cap. The super max salary for players starts at 1.4 million, which it was 250K last year. The average salary is 600,000, which was 120,000. The minimum salary is a 300,000. It was 66K last year. They also get a 20% revenue share. So this is a huge leap. Shout out to the ladies. They went in there and they stood on what they wanted, and I think they've got a pretty sweet deal, man. Large increases in salary and cap space. It's already been reported that Asia Wilson is going to resign with the Las Vegas Aces at a supermax contract. I forgot the young lady's name who reported it. I know she works with Las Vegas. I think she works for the Las Vegas Journal or Review, what it's called. Um, but yeah, she's gonna resign. I'm sure all the superstars are gonna resign back to their teams. Possibly, maybe somebody will go somewhere else because mostly everybody's a free agent now. So free agency is going to be crazy. We might be getting some new players on the Aces. So, um, but shout out to the ladies, man, for standing their ground, man. I think they pretty much got what they wanted: increase in salary, increase in pay, 20% revenue share. It's not the 50% that they want, but it's a start. You know what I'm saying? And if they keep on doing what they're doing and building this product as it's growing and growing with more talent in this league, I think one day possibly they will get to 50% revenue share. So they keep grinding and keep doing their thing. It will come. But how was your overall feeling when you heard the news, and how do you feel about the details of the terms?
I felt really relieved. I think smarter minds prevailed in this situation. I think it's a great deal for both parties involved. You know what I mean? I think it's a great meeting of the minds as far as like meeting in the middle, where everybody can be happy as far as like the situation. The ladies can be happy about the compensation currently, where they're currently stated, in this league. And I think the WNBA and the NBA and the owners, and I think they can be happy, especially with the direction that this league is going, the excitement that these young ladies and from from the older ladies who established this league in the beginning to the ladies now who are taking it to heights that a lot of us didn't really see this coming so quick. You know what I mean? We thought it might have been a little bit longer process, but the likes of Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Asia Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Kelsey Plum, and future stars like Juju, Aziz Fudd, Lauren Betts. We got Madison Booker. You know, we have ultra talent that's coming future in this league in the next couple of years, man. That's only take it even to higher heights. You know what I mean? So I think, you know, the max, you know, at being 1.4 million. Obviously, you already stated. Congratulations to A'ja Wilson to being the first one to be acknowledged to get this said max salary. She more than well deserved, best female basketball player in the world, and potentially the greatest of all time when all said and done. So I'm super excited for me. Me personally, because I did not want to see A'ja Wilson go anywhere else. I knew, you know, there were rumors about maybe potentially her maybe looking at other spots and stuff like that. But this kind of solidifies, you know, us having her for a long time, and hopefully she can retire in an Aces jersey. You know what I'm saying? I'm super excited to see what else happens as far as like with the salary cap. You know, with it bumping up to 7 million. You know, the base of, you know, salary as far as like minimum going up from, you know, 600K. I think that's pretty dope. It also alleviates women from feeling the pressure to go overseas and putting their bodies even you know, even more tiresome time, because it seems like WNBA players, female basketball players, are constantly playing. They don't ever have the time to rest their bodies. I just think this is going to help the ladies not have to feel the pressure to kind of go overseas, especially everything that's going on in this world. I'm sure a lot of them are pretty hesitant to do that currently right now. So obviously this will help them stay here in the States, and obviously it'll give us a better product when it comes to the WNBA season. We won't have tired legs. Obviously we've seen a couple of injury problems happening with certain ladies, and hopefully that kind of alleviates some of that problems as well. And then obviously, you know, we got to, I'm excited because at the end of the day, we're going to get a season. We got 2 expansion teams, you know, going on. Let me pull this up here. I know I got some of the information here.
Yeah, I got the schedule. April 1st through 6th. Expansion draft for Toronto and Portland, April 7th through the 8th. Free agency destinations, who's restricted, who's unrestricted, April 9th to the 11th. Free agency negotiation window that opens up. And then of course, April 13th is the draft. And then in between that is, of course, the free agency signing periods. You get the draft, and then, you know, April 25th is when, you know, training camp and all that preseason stuff happens, and then of course May 8th is opening night. So
no, absolutely. So it's just like once March Madness ends, we're pretty much getting in the heart of just everything, just beelining to the WNBA start of the season. So and obviously we got to look, man, all these players constructed their deals so that they would be free agents going into this CBA. So it's a whole slew of names. Obviously, A'ja Wilson is off the list, but you got Brianna Stewart, you got Sabrina Ionescu, Kelsey Plum, Nafisa Collier, Jewel Lloyd, Kalia Cooper, Enrique Agumake, Jackie Young, Kelsey Mitchell, and pretty much every Chelsea Gray. The list goes on and on. Like I can show y'all. It's just this whole. These are all the names. There are literally free agents currently.
So most of the rookies and people, you know, sophomores are still on the team.
Pretty much, yeah. So it's pretty much all the stars are pretty much available. So I'm going to be very curious. I'm assuming a lot of these players are going to stay with their teams. But at the end of the day, with the cap being higher, you got teams like, you know, maybe the Aces could come and swoop and get a couple cash. Like, we got to see. I think free agency is going to be crazy because money's going to be thrown across the board. Obviously, we got caps as far as like what max levels and stuff will look like, but I'm curious to see how a lot of these teams formulate. You know what I mean? Like, you pretty much have clear books from the looks of it from some of these teams. Like, obviously, you know, shout out to the Aces. They got. I'm assuming they're going to re-sign Jackie Young as well. And obviously, we got other players that we could potentially look at. You got the draft. I know you kind of stated that they're kind of looking at Raven Johnson. You know, it's been kind of rumored for the Aces or something like that for this upcoming draft. So if we get Raven Johnson, I think that's a huge plus for this team. And honestly, this just gets me super excited for the WNBA season, going along with the NBA playoffs and stuff like that. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be an amazing thing. I'm super excited for these young ladies and to stand on their firm ground. I'm super excited for the WNBA and the commissioner and cooler has prevailed. Like, we went from Nafisa Collier literally calling out the commissioner, talking about how trash he was, to for her. For this moment to arise, I think you got to give props to the commissioner as well. You know what I mean? No matter what Nafisa Collier says, she could have been 100% correct at that moment in time as far as like the way she felt about everything that's been going on. But I think you got to give the commissioner and give her props for just being a level-headed commissioner and actually be like, and committing to getting this done. We didn't hear a lot of gripes after that. Honestly, it was pretty much just noses down. Let's get these meetings done. We put the hours in. We met in the middle where everybody could be happy. I think both sides should be commended. I think the players should applaud that for her. I would love to see the players acknowledge that with the commissioner, especially all the heat that she got and all the heat that y'all put on her. I think the lady should at least honor her with that and be like, yo, we appreciate with her. She, even with all the stuff we said, she was still level-headed. She was still professional with everything. And we were able to get the deal done because we all know how tragic it would have been if this season did not get played. And the potential of what it could have meant for the future of the WNBA and the product. We see it. We saw it with baseball, and baseball is a more established league than the WNBA. I'm super excited that they were able to get done. Now it's time to put these sneakers on the court, man, and let's start playing ball. And let's see my Aces defend that title because I'm super excited, and it's going to be a hard task for it to happen. But it's going to be an amazing season.
Yeah, I agree. For sure. Shout out to the ladies, man.
Yep.
All right, man. Let's dive into some NFL news, man. I want the Maxx Crosby thing. It came back up. Maxx Crosby did an interview. I think it's I forgot
on the Rush podcast.
That's the Rush podcast. Yeah. I'm just gonna play this clip right here. It was a long interview, so I just got it down to this 4-minute clip. But I'm gonna play it right here.
No, for sure.
Have my MRIs. I was asking Joe, like, yo, like, could I, like, before I left, I wanted to see the head coach and just chop it up, talk football, talk ball. Like, he's a defensive guy. Never met him before like that, so I wanted to chop it up. So I didn't get to meet with him till the end of the day. I didn't get to see the GM at all. I thought I was going to see him when I first got there. I didn't see him for 5 hours.
So he didn't come out the whole time you're testing or doing your physical. Everyone's talking about
never.
The GM never came once out to see you.
And I don't know why. I'm not going to speculate. I didn't see him one time. I even asked the girl. I was like, "Where's Eric at?" Like, I want to say, like, you know what I mean? Like, he just made the trade. Like, I didn't see him for 5 hours. So I go and do my thing. At the end, they're like, "Yeah, I'll take you up." Joe was like, "I'll take you up and you go see the head coach, whatever, just before you leave." I was like, "Hell yeah!" I was like, "That's what I want to say what's up to him." So I went back up and I dap him up, and they could just tell like the energy was a little bit off. And the GM was standing in like the hall, like in the room next to me to the right, and that was the first time I seen him. And I'm just in my head, like this is a whirlwind, like I'm so excited, like fired up. You know what I mean? Like this is a new opportunity, whatever. And you could just tell the energy was off. Like I dapped him up, he had like a blank face, and I'm like, okay, I'm not thinking anything of it. Maybe he's just different. I don't know him, whatever. I go into the room, they sit me down on the couch, and he's like, "Man, I don't know how to say this, but one of our doctors has concerns with with the results and whatever, and like with your knee, like some of them have, are concerned about the future and da-da-da-da-da. And, we really want you and this is what it is, but, we're just going to have to get more and more opinions. And I was like, the first thought in my head, like, I was terrified because I'm thinking in my head, like, what the fuck? Like, I just had, like, Neil Elitrosh, best fucking surgeon in the country, like the best of the best. He's done all my surgeries for the most part. Like, that's my guy. Like, I go to his house. Like, that's my dude. Like, he's the best. So I haven't even got to talk to him, or I hadn't got to talk to CJ at that point. So it just kind of hit me. I'm like, what the fuck? Is there something wrong? Like, I'm freaking out. Like, low key, deep down. I'm like, I can't get another surgery. I can't, like, my time. I'm like, this is fucked up. So I'm fucking like, what is going on, bro? And CJ had been calling me right before I went up. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, CJ, let me hit you when I get out of here. And I was looking for Rachel. I don't know where Rachel's at. She was upstairs with the girls and stuff, like doing her own thing.
He has no clue at this moment, like what's going on.
Yeah, Rachel didn't know, but CJ like sent a text in the group chat, and I'm like, damn. So anyway, fast forward, I don't want to take all day, but they tell me like, yeah, we're gonna get back to you, like we're gonna get some more opinions and things. Like, we obviously want you, this and that. And I'm like, all right, like, okay, so we'll see. So I don't know. So then I leave. I'm like, this is what the fuck. Yeah. I get back to the hotel, bro. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what does this mean? Like, I'm calling whatever. Then I talk to Neil. Neil calls me, and he called me way down. He's like, Maxx, don't listen to any of that shit. He's like, your knee is great. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, or even ahead of schedule. He's like, you're doing everything right. He's like, they know you had your surgery 9 weeks ago. It's obviously if you get an MRI, like he's like showing me literally like the actual literature of like, this is where it needs supposed to be at from a meniscus repair. Like there can be MRIs that could be misleading because it's still fresh in surgery and this and this and that. He's like, listen, you're doing everything right. Everything's going well. We're going to keep sticking to the plan. He's like, you will be back by training camp. That has been the damn timeline since the beginning. That hasn't changed. You know, your stuff, you know, obviously everyone's mentioned a bunch of different things. All these doctors are mentioning different.
And that's what was communicated out of your camp too, correctly? Like during this 100%. Whole time.
100%. So that's the thing. I'm like, okay. So now I'm like kind of calmed down, but at the same time, I'm like, well, what
the? And it didn't get the rest of, but of course, in the rest of the interview, he states that, you know, they called him and was like, yeah, we're going to try to keep you. We're going to try to keep you. And then minutes later, his agent was like, and his agent even told him, like, man, I think they're going to back out of the deal. He said, I'm going to call you back. And then when he called him back, he was like, yeah, they're backing out, dude. So, and we all know that he said literally when he said they're backing out, he came on the ticker that Maxx Crosby in the deal, the Ravens are backed out of the deal. So now that you've heard his side, how do you feel, sir?
It doesn't really change my mind. I think it just solidifies even more, and it even shows everybody who kind of questioned, you know, Raider fans saying it was dirty what the Ravens did. Even, I even saw some of the comments that some of the people made on YouTube about what I said about the Ravens. I stand 10 toes down on it, and I just think it even solidifies it even more that the Ravens are a trash organization. The way they handled this situation was terrible. Like, first off, you start by flying him commercial. Yeah, it was on first class, but I've never seen that before from a star player that got traded from a team to get flown commercial and then have to drive 2 hours to the city that needs to be to be introduced and do all that stuff. This was supposed to be a celebration. Like, you traded for Maxx Crosby, top 2 best defensive players in the league. Let's call it spade. It goes Myles Garrett and Maxx Crosby. That's what's up. That's the real deal with the whole situation. So you finally committed to trading for the first time ever in your franchise history a first round pick. Not even just one, you traded 2. So on top of that, you didn't have a celebration for him. The GM doesn't meet him for the first 5 hours of him being there. You don't even meet the head coach. It's not really a big staff. That's me. There's no excitement. He already senses kind of like the weirdness of it. You send him straight into the MRIs to get it done. And then all the meantime, you're sitting here talking to Trey Henderson. And then on top of that, and then after everything is it's all said and done, it's all out in the news. You want to try to kind of like make yourself look good in the media by saying that, oh, like the whole time we were trying to have Maxx Crosby and Henderson play together on the same squad. Even Trey, which has been reported several times, Pat McAfee and other reporters, that Trey Henderson even was told that we were trying to pair up Maxx Crosby and him together on the same defensive line, even though financially it was impossible. Number 2, that came out of thin air. The Ravens literally lied to Trey Henderson and Maxx Crosby all at the same time. They got cold feet probably the moment after they accepted this deal. That's probably the reality of the situation. They probably saw all the heat that they were getting probably from their Ravens fans. They probably, like, in the moment it sounded pretty dope, but then now they realize, I ain't gonna say after they made it. I think Monday night, when free agency is really rolling and they start missing out on a lot of the players that they thought they were going to be able to keep, and they looked at their roster, I think that's when they realized they're like, you know what, we're gonna have to pull out this deal and we're gonna have to figure out a way to do it. And the only way to do that was, you can't sit here and tell me this franchise is not trying to play everybody's face by saying, oh, like, we looked at the scans, we're not really happy with the knee, blah blah. Even when you hear multiple surgeons who do this surgery He just got off of crutches the week before. When you take the MRI currently, it's not going to look like the knee. That's what it's going to look like 2-3 months from when he should take the MRI. You went in and you already knew the whole situation. Maxx Crosby and his agent didn't hide anything. The Raiders didn't hide anything. You knew what was up. Everybody knew what was up. Everybody. So this just makes DeCosta look terrible. This is not a great start for Jesse Minter and his first year heading in there. You just made the Ravens look so elementary in how you handle the situation. It's night and day. I get it. Everybody wants to clown on the Raiders because we haven't won in a long time. But let's be honest with you. The Raiders are light years ahead, better franchise than the Baltimore Ravens. And here's why. Because you know what? We would have never done that to any player. Raiders are always been known that they treat their players currently and formerly very, very well. Very, very well. And for the Ravens to do that to Maxx Crosby and his family in that embarrassing moment, and then make him, he even said, I was scared. You even questioned him to the point with that moment where he's like, am I even doing my rehab correctly? Do I need to get another surgery? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? I've been told one thing, but now these doctors are telling me another. And don't give me this Dallas Cowboys doctor bullshit, because they were pissed off they didn't get Maxx at the rate Jerry Jones even said it. So now they're gonna, you can't sit here and tell me that wasn't part of a ploy with them talking about, don't sign him, send him back. And they knew for a fact Maxx Crosby's trade value would go in the tank, and then maybe they can slide in there, not realizing that Maxx Crosby thinks in a way of, you know what? This just made me realize the grass ain't greener. I just want to stay in Vegas. I just want to be a Raider. I always say I want to be a Raider, but I just wanted to go win. The Raiders never wanted to trade Maxx. That's why they were asking for 2 first-round picks. So the moment, it's good for us because at the end of the day, we got the player that we want. We got our face of the franchise back. You know what I mean? I get it. Fernando Mendoza is going to come in, and I know he's going to be the future face of our franchise, but Maxx Crosby is it. He is the epitome of what a Raider should be. So you literally just healed a relationship, and you made one of the best defensive players even more motivated than he's ever been in his life. So I thank the Ravens, but at the end of the day, it makes you look buffoonery. And Ravens fans, I've been seeing a whole bunch of Ravens fans still trying to cake for their franchise. I get it, but let's call it spade a spade. Y'all look even more foolish and more dumb. Your franchise looks pathetic. Y'all ain't winning shit. Lamar Jackson, yeah, you signed a center, but he ain't really that good. Lamar Jackson, I like Lamar, but let's be real. He's struggled in the playoffs. You still don't have a receiver. You lost your best tight end. Your defense is kind of you know what I mean? We got to see what's up. You got one of your top defensive tackles coming back from a neck injury. Kyle Hamilton stays hurt every other week. So we got to see what's up and let the cards lay. We will find out who was right, because this season's going to say a lot. Either Trey Hendrickson is going in there and make the Ravens one of the best defenses in the league, or Maxx Crosby is going to be the defensive player of the year. I just think that's what the case is. You know what I mean? And it was funny because I enjoyed the moment. I'm pretty sure you saw it, where he's sitting in Baltimore and he's seeing what the Raiders are doing, who they're signing. He's like, damn, you got him. Damn, that's cool. Like, damn, I don't want to see this shit because damn, that's the. And then all for him just to go back to that team. Our defense is going to look really good, dog. So at the end of the day, I just think it makes the Baltimore Ravens even look more foolish. And people are just going to question how they handle this situation, players and stuff like that. Like, at the end of the day, they're still going to get players because people need jobs, people want to work. And if teams have a player that they want and they could get, they're going to do it. But at the end of the day, I just think the Ravens and the way people look at them in such high regard as this great institution of a franchise, I think is gone to me. I don't view the Ravens the same anymore, me personally. And it's not just the fact of what they did to one of my favorite players and how they, disregarded a trade that they clearly approved of and knew the whole situation with Maxx Crosby. But I don't view them the same. I look at them as a joke, me personally. And I'm going to look at them as long as DeCosta is there and the way they handle it. This is the same team that left in the middle of the night and left Cleveland to come to Baltimore. It's a snake franchise. Let's call it spade a spade. You know what I mean? Or Indianapolis or whatever the case may be, wherever the fuck they came from. And that's just the way it is. So that's just kind of how I feel. It is what it is. I've already said my piece about the Baltimore Ravens. I already, said every cuss word in the book, but I'm happy we got Maxx back, and I'm happy we're going to get a motivated Maxx, and it looks like he's going to be with us for the rest of his career.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. What he said, and I don't know, man. It's a weird situation, man. How they handled that situation, it doesn't make the Ravens look good at all. Especially people, held them in high regards as one of the better organizations in the league, and how they handle business. This was not one of their defining moments at all. But like you said, we'll see how they handle the rest of the season, how they rest of the offseason, what they get in the draft, and we'll see if they're a better team than what they were last year.
Hey, every team that plays the Baltimore Ravens, dog walk them, please. Dog walk them, please. I beg I hope every single one of y'all who plays a Baltimore Ravens dog walks the shit out of them. And I can't wait to see Ravens fans cry and bitch and complain because their team fucking sucks. I'm rooting for y'all demise every single fucking day. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all are pathetic. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I know we got some people that we know that are Ravens fans, and I mean that with all due respect to y'all. But you know what I mean? Still brothers and stuff like that. But it is what it is, man. Like y'all got a forever enemy in Raider Nation. That is for sure. Y'all I ain't saying y'all up there with the Chiefs, y'all ain't up there with the Broncos, but we hate y'all motherfuckers. So we got a new rivalry, and I can't wait till we play y'all. You know what I mean? And it's gonna happen. And Maxx Crosby gonna be on that line, and he gonna dog walk the fuck out of y'all. And I can't wait to see that shit. God bless.
Speaking of the Broncos, they made a big trade the other day as they traded for wide receiver Jalen Waddle from the Miami Dolphins.
Steep price too.
Huh?
I thought it was kind of a steep price, but
they got traded for a first-round pick, and what was the other pick? I guess
like second or third, right?
No, it wasn't that high. It was a first and like a fifth or something.
Or a fifth or something.
Yeah. I didn't see it that way. Like, I get what the Broncos are doing, and Jalen Waddle is probably going to be better than whatever they were going to get at 30. So,
I still want to trade it for a first round, but that's just me.
I think the Broncos are all in. That's why.
No, I get it.
They were the number one seed last year. They feel like they probably were a Bo Nix injury away from getting to the Super Bowl, and even though I get it, that's not how we feel. But I'm just saying they feel they're Bo Nix. They were a Bo Nix injury away from getting into the Super Bowl, possibly doing something, and so they added more weapons. And we've been saying that they needed more weapons. They needed more speed on this team, and Jalen Waddle will provide that. Him and Cortland Sutherland will be a good 1-2 punch as far as, the contrast of both of them two. One is the smaller, speedy guy, where the other one is more of the big body 50-50 guy. So, and we'll see what they do in the draft. Maybe they add some more stuff. Maybe they add a Kenyon Sadiq or something like that. I don't know. But, I thought it was a good trade. I mean, well, regardless of the conversation, they needed to upgrade at wide receiver. So I think this is an upgrade at wide receiver. And look, I hate the Broncos. I hope it blows up in their face and he drops every pass. But as far as them making a move, I understood the move. It made sense. So shout out to them.
I don't like it. I don't like the conversation. Sorry. I just think there's just too many receivers out there you could have used. You could have got Debo. You could have got Juwan Jennings. You could have got there's receivers in the draft you could have used. Like I don't know. I just feel like you wasted a first round pick on Jalen Waddle. Like I like Jalen Waddle. I think he's a first round receiver I would trade a first round pick for? No, I wouldn't, because he consistently stays hurt. Like I get it. He had a good year last year, but tell me a year he was able to play all 16, 17 games. I haven't seen that in a very long time. You know what I mean? So I understand they were looking for another receiver. I just think the compensation was too much, you know what I mean, for me personally, for my taste. But we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Like I think if Jalen Waddle can stay healthy, obviously he will provide something for them. But again, when's the last time you were able to say that? You know what I mean? Consistently with him.
That's not true. He played 16 last year, 15 the year before. 14, 17, 16. I mean, he's played relatively a lot of games.
Okay. I don't know. Every time I see him, he's on the fucking goddamn injury report, but that's just me. But just because he played, that's just me.
He probably has some nagging injuries, but you know.
I don't know. Either way, I still think it's not worth the first round pick. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, you already have Franklin as a speed receiver. I don't think you need a Jalen Waddle.
Troy Franklin's trash. But
I don't think he's trash, but
he's okay.
I don't know. To each his own. I don't really care.
He's not bad.
At the end of the day, I don't care. I really don't give a fuck. Like, I think it's a waste. I think it's a waste of a first round pick. That's just me.
Well, we'll see. Only time will tell. All right. Let's go into NBA news.
Let's do it. Yeah, didn't you have one? You want to go first? What you have?
Go ahead. You go first.
All right, first up, we got Giannis Antetokounmpo. We have some news that the Bucks want to shut down Giannis Antetokounmpo down for the season, but it seems like Giannis Antetokounmpo doesn't see eye to eye with that situation. It kind of sounds like what Maxx Crosby had to deal with last year with his knee. Overall, we all know the Bucks want to position themselves to get a high draft pick, but we all know Giannis Antetokounmpo does not care about that situation. So my question to you is, should Giannis Giannis needs to just go. Giannis, just ask for the trade, dog. Just ask for the trade, dog. Giannis, just ask for the trade, bro. We know you don't want to be there, bro. Just ask for the trade, bro. And the Milwaukee Bucks too. Like, I don't know what y'all holding on for. Y'all know he ain't staying. Y'all know y'all in two different paths going on right now. It's just not going to happen. You guys got to do a full rebuild, especially with the Dame Lillard contract, where you extended his contract for the 5 years that you got to pay the 20-something million for. It's just not going to happen. Trade, get as much assets as you can. I don't know why you didn't do it this year, especially with the draft that's coming, with the draft and the talent that's coming in this pool. I don't know why you didn't just trade Giannis Antetokounmpo, and you could have potentially had an AJ DeBonso with a Cameron Boozer, or AJ DeBonso with a Fleming, or AJ DeBonso with a Darryn Peterson. Like, you had the opportunity to do that, but you chose to hold on to Giannis Antetokounmpo. You still have the chance. This all season, but man, y'all just wasting everybody's time. My bad.
No, I agree. I'm tired of Giannis. I'm tired of the Bucks. Can we just get this divorce going so we can move on with our lives? Because you're wasting our time. Giannis, you're wasting my time.
Very true. Very true. Next up, we have some injury news. Anthony Edwards, Minnesota Timberwolves guard superstar, is going to be out for the next week or two with a right knee soreness. Obviously, you know, the Timberwolves are in a battle, for seeding. Obviously, you know what I mean. They're currently fourth, but they're only like 2-3 games away from being in the play-in. So what are your thoughts with Anthony Edwards missing about a week or two? Most likely it'll probably be about 2 weeks, and how that could affect their seeding process.
It could hurt them bad, man. They could be in the play-in by the time he get back. So better hope they can hold it down while he's out, man. Hopefully he gets back in time for it. Maybe they hold it down and they can continuously win. Julius Randle better hold it down the fort. Yeah, and be the guy while Anthony Edwards is gone away, because you don't want to be in the play-in, dog.
No, we do not. No, we do not. And that was it for me. What do you got?
All right. So Tracy McGrady, you know, him and Vince Carter, they got their podcast, and he was talking about the two expansion teams and why he feels like there shouldn't be an expansion.
Thoughts on the NBA expanding to 32 teams. I'm all for, trying to increase the revenue,
which is going to do, particularly the teams. Vegas, going to bring crowds.
Yeah,
you know what it's like to go back to Seattle. Oh, they're playing Seattle, like they're diehard.
But I'm just like, we got 30 teams, got a lot of players, 450, maybe more now. We don't have the talent to be trying to start 2 more teams, bro. I just don't think we have the talent to start 2 more teams. Now, can we take 2 teams away and add 2 teams?
To still be at 30.
To still
so
be
you're
at
saying
30.
eliminate 2
I'm
teams
saying,
to still stay at 30.
I'm saying keep it at 30, 32. We just the talent is, to me, is down, bro.
And that was just a short clip of that. How do you feel about what Tracy McGrady said?
I think Tracy McGrady's full of shit. like what are we talking about? I think the NBA is the most deep it's ever been. And a slew of talent. Like, people got to assume that, look, a lot of these cats that could potentially be, I'm not saying like these cats could be superstars, but I think these guys could be great rotational players. Maybe some of them could develop into being stars or being all-star kind of level talent. We see it with Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves wasn't a first-round pick. He turned into being a max player. So the thing about it is that a lot of these teams, you either have 2 teams. You either have teams that are competing for a championship, which if you're a young player you don't fit that timeline, there's a lot of teams where you're not like one of the top picks who is going to get a spot in the rotation and stuff like that. Like, it's hard for you to get in rotation with a lot of these playoff teams because they want to win and they don't want to have to babysit rookies and stuff like that. We saw with LeBron James all the time where he just kept wanting to trade all the rookies. He didn't care. You know what I mean? Especially in the climate today. It's all about win, win, win. And then you have teams like the Nets or the Wizards who don't even try to develop these teams because they're trying to tank in certain situations. This is not every year. Like, obviously, this is just a special year that's happening with the talent that's coming in. And we're going to see it again in a couple years with, Skip to My Lou son and all that stuff like that. We can get into that, at a later date, because there's a lot of great cats coming in the future. But it's hard for these guys to develop and to turn into actual talent because they don't get the reps and the time on these leagues. Like, yes, Vegas and Seattle are going to get teams, and most likely they're not going to be good for the first couple of years. I think Vegas can be an outlier to that because I think we're going to have free agents who will want to come and play for Vegas and stuff like that, with just the whole dynamics and stuff like that. But yeah, Mark, I disagree with you because we got teams like the Wizards, but they're ultra talented. You got Alex Sarr, you got all those cats, the Pelicans, got Trey Murphy, Zion Williamson, all that. It's just a poorly ran franchise. Don't say talent and being a poor franchise is 2 totally different things. You can't look at that Pelican squad and tell me they ain't got talent that couldn't, like, bro, they got players that could literally should be on championship teams. I'm gonna look at their roster. Where the Pelicans at? Where the Pelicans? You can't sit here and tell me Sadiq Bey is trash. You can't sit here and tell me Jeremiah Fears is trash. Jordan Hawkins, Herbert Jones, Kevin Looney is not trash. Yevis Missy is not trash. Trey Murphy III is not trash. Dejounte Murray is not trash. Jordan Poole is not trash. Derek Queen is not trash. Zion Williamson is not trash. It's just a trash organization. It doesn't mean there's no talent in the league. I think people get that misconstrued in what talent is. Talent is you not being good. Talent is you can play in the NBA. It's just you're on a trash ass franchise. Those are 2 different things. Now, if you're going to sit here and tell me that Vegas and Seattle could be ran by trash people and be a trash organ, that's a conversation. But don't sit here and tell me we don't have talent that can't play in the league. I think that's lazy thinking, and people, that just shows me you don't watch the sport. And I don't mean that disrespectfully to Mark. I'm not saying you do, you don't, you do or you don't. I'm just being honest with the situation. This just shows me that Tracy McGrady doesn't really watch and doesn't understand that there is talent that just is on bad franchises or just doesn't get the opportunity to showcase their talent.
I'm gonna have to defer to you, dog, because you know me. I don't watch every team and every player and every to comment and say yay or nay. Tracy McGrady is wrong, so I'm gonna defer to you.
I'm being honest. I read a whole bunch of names on the Pelicans that could literally play on a lot of teams. They're just on the trash organization. It's like the Kings. It's a trash organization, but you can't tell me Zach LaVine sucks. You can't tell me DeMar DeRozan sucks or Domantas Sabonis sucks. Like Darren Fox didn't suck. He finally went to a great franchise in the San Antonio Spurs, and you see what he's doing and what he's contributing to a team. It's just a reality. Some franchises just are ran poorly, but it doesn't mean that there's not talent in the league. I just think that's insane.
I mean, I agree with you. I mean, there's way too many players in the league to just have not be able to fill up a roster full of talent on the team. That it doesn't mean that the Las Vegas the Las Vegas team or Seattle Supersonics is going to come out with a bang at the beginning. No, it doesn't mean that, but it's going to be enough talent on the team possibly to put butts in seats and allow us to cheer for the team.
Absolutely. But let's be honest. If you get a trash coach, if you get a trash GM, your team's going to suck. That's just the reality of the situation. But don't mix being on a terrible team. Don't get it misconstrued like they don't have the talent to be in said league. We've seen it plenty of times where even in football, where these guys are just on trash teams and it just doesn't work. We saw it with Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford, are you going to tell me that since Matthew Stafford was on a whole bunch of terrible ass teams, you're going to tell me that he wasn't talented? We saw the talent. The moment he went to the Rams, well, look what happened. The moment he went to the Rams, he was on a legit team, and the conversation is completely different. You know what I mean? I just think that people got to understand the difference between terrible teams and talent. That's all.
For sure. All right, man, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be back.
Introduce yourself to Magnet, the ultimate sports drink. Are you ready to take your performance to the next level? Do you want a sports drink that eliminates the muscle cramps and fatigue when working out or training? Meet Magnet, the sports drink designed for athletes who refuse to settle for mediocrity. It's power-packed electrolytes and rehydrates and restores balance with their scientifically formulated blend with magnesium that fights fatigue and boosts endurance. It has natural ingredients made with real fruit extracts and no artificial colors or flavors because your body deserves the best. It has delicious flavors like mixed fruit and watermelon that keep you revitalized and ready for action. It will boost your performance with essential vitamins and minerals. Magnet fuels your workouts, helping you crush your goals. Join the Magnet movement whether you're training, competing, or simply staying active. Magnet is your go-to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link at drinkmagnet.com. Also, use promo code Cris and Mall to get $5 off your purchase. So don't wait. Again, that promo code is Cris and Mall to get $5 off your purchase. Get Magnet, push your limits, fuel your passion.
Shout out to Magnet Sports Drink. All right, man. I just wanted to do a quick preview of the March Madness tomorrow. It kicks off. We already did our brackets on Monday and said who was going to win on the men's and women. I think we both had Arizona, right?
No, I had Houston winning.
That's right. You had Houston winning. I had Arizona. You had Houston. On the women's side, I think we both had UConn.
Yeah, both had UConn.
We had UConn and Texas going to the finals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we were pretty even kill on that one. But I just want to get your overall feel. How you feel about it? Does it feel like March Madness to you? Are you excited? What's your anticipation for March Madness from a 1 to 10 spectrum?
Oh, it's a 10 for me, man. March Madness is always fun. I think the potential for surprises is there. Like, obviously, we keep talking about the talent that's in the draft this upcoming year. We're gonna see it showcased a lot. Obviously, there are a couple players that are hurt. You know what I mean? Like, I think Mikael Brown Jr., I think he's out for the first week with Louisville. So that sucks. Obviously, you know, Duke is missing a couple of their players. Caleb Wilson isn't playing. So there are some kind of doldrums to it a little bit with certain players not playing. But overall, I think it's gonna be a great time, man. I think there's a lot of potential there. Obviously, I think we kind of saw it with a couple of the first 4 games. Shout out to Miami, Ohio. I think they ended up. I didn't see the final score, but I think they ended up pulling out the win by 10. So, you know, shout out to them. I know there was all that conversation about them. So you got to look at them. I think there's going to be a lot of eyes on Miami, Ohio. Just kind of like the conversation about, you know, their record and their schedule and stuff like that. We still get Duke. Like tomorrow we get Duke. We still get Louisville, South Carolina. I think that could be a very interesting game with Mikael being out. I think Ohio State TCU could be one of the games of the day. I think Michigan State is a threat. Michigan, obviously, we get Texas, BYU. We get to see AJ DeBonsa. You know, Illinois got a really good squad. Gonzaga got a decent squad, and we see Houston. I think it's going to be a fun time. I think we're going to see some upsets for sure. I don't think it'll be like last year where we got all the number 1 seeds to make it to the Final Four, but it's going to be a great time. Obviously, it's going to be a great betting time if you're a degenerate. Like, a lot of people I know, I'm going to be a little degenerate too, a little bit. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be exciting, man. I know the excitement is going to be there, especially with me being at work. I feel the energy a little bit already. So, yeah, man, I can't wait. I can't wait to see the results and how everything plays out on both sides, women and men.
Yeah, I agree, man. I can't wait to see who comes to play, man. Who comes to show up? What player comes out to put their stamp onto this March Madness season and can booster themselves and as far as this draft goes. What player does Darryn Peterson show why he's the number one overall pick, or does it AJ DeBonza, you know what I'm saying, or Cam Boozer, you know what I'm saying, or any of these
from Houston, it's a lot of time. And Cuff, what's his name? Cuff Jr. From Arkansas. Let me. I don't want to butcher my man's name. Go ahead, keep talking.
But yeah, any of these players that are considered lottery team players, who can boost their stock, you know what I'm saying, and show that they are the best player in the nation as far as college basketball goes. So it's going to be good. And what team shows that they're the best team, because there's a lot of good teams in there, like we've already spoke on, from the Arizonas to the Houstons to Florida to Michigan State, like you say, Ohio State, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of good teams.
Vandy look good. Iowa State look really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of good teams, man. And any of these teams can win the national championship this year. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be surprised at any of those teams that we just named. You wouldn't be surprised if they won it, because they have so much talent. And this is where it goes back to the Tracy McGrady thing. It's like you got so much talent coming out in this draft.
That's it. No.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like in drafts to come, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just going to continue to increase more talent going into these schools and stuff like that. So I'm excited too. I'm at a 10 with this, man. And I can't wait. And even on the ladies' side, man, we get to see some of the best players on the ladies' side, from Madison Booker to Raven Johnson and all them over at South Carolina, Flage and Malika Wiley, and all those girls, Lauren Betts and all them. You know what I'm saying? Get to see all those women get down and do their thing. So. And like Ozzie Fudd and Sarah Strong over at UConn. See if UConn is just, are they just dominant force, or are they going to finally, come back to the pack and be tough for them? You know what I'm saying? So, because we all know what UConn represents. So it's going to be an exciting time on men and women's side. But I want to ask you, on the men's side, and you could give me a woman too. What player has the most to gain?
I say on the men's side, Darius Cuff Jr. That's who I was talking about, Arkansas. If you've never seen him play, watch him tomorrow. He plays tomorrow. He'll give you a little bit of Damian Lillard. He'll give you a little bit of Allen Iverson, leading scorer in the SEC. That boy's nice. A lot of people are going to be big fans. There's even conversation of, I think people are thinking like maybe he should be the number one overall pick. So I think him. And then on the women's side, I'm going to say, let me find the young one lady's name. I know. Sorry guys. Sorry. Where they at? Jazzy Davidson. I think Jazzy Davidson could be, because obviously the Juju's not there, and I don't think people are very familiar, because I know USC has kind of had their up and down, but I think Jazzy Davidson pairing up with Juju next year, I think she can showcase who she really is, put her name out there, and I think that's going to really showcase who USC is going to be next year. So I think that's a name to look out for.
And they just signed a 5-star freshman next year.
Yeah, so you're going to see Jazzy's nice. Jazzy's nice. She's a really solid player, freshman. And then she only gonna get better. You pair her up with Juju, they got the 5-star and the talent that's around them too. Don't sleep on USC. I think they might be able to surprise some people. Not saying they're gonna make the Final Four or anything, because they don't have Juju, but I think you're gonna pay attention to them for a little bit, and you're gonna see the anticipation that USC is gonna have next year for the women's game.
Yeah, for sure.
What about you?
It's gonna be low hanging fruit on the men. It's got to be Darryn Peterson. It has to be. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm mad at that.
you're the number 1 overall pick, dog. You got to show it. This is the time to show it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even saying that Kansas got to win the national championship, but you got to go far. You got to go deep. At least make it to the Elite Eight, and show. And you're the reason why they made it to the Elite Eight, like because we know you're talented, bro. But all this, talk about you could wash all that away if you have a good deep run in this tournament and you look like you're the best player out there. And that's all you got to do, man. Just ball out, play ball, let your game speak, and all this talk about you not wanting it, no heart, all that stuff, that'll go away quick, fast, in a hurry, because they be like, oh, that's the dude we was looking for right there. Yep. So I think on the men, he has a lot to gain. On the women's side, I'm gonna kind of cheat a little bit. I'm gonna say LSU as a whole. Okay. LSU as a whole, because they seem to they can't get over the South Carolina wall, and that's the one thing that's been kicking their ass this year. Is they've been close games. It's not like they've been getting beat down. It's 1 or 2 shots missed, and they just can't get it. And Flage, what's her name? Melissa Fort Wiley. She left South Carolina to go to LSU. You got what's that one girl name? I forgot. But there's a few other girls on the squad. But
yeah,
I just think LSU, they got to show that they can get over that South Carolina hump, and if they can make it to the the finals, they'll definitely can show that. So I would say LSU as a whole.
I'm not mad at that. Obviously, looking at the bracket and where they're placed at, where they at?
They got Jacksonville first.
Trying to find where they at.
Oh yeah,
I see it. Yeah, you know what I mean. They're in the same bracket. You know what I mean. As far as like with Duke, you know what I mean. That could be a potential.
They got UCLA, you got Oklahoma State, you got Ole Miss. Like they ain't easy. Baylor, Texas Tech, Villanova,
Duke. You know what I mean. Like nothing sniff at. Like we seen Princeton. I've seen the female Princeton women's team, surprise some teams before as well. Obviously, they're in the top of the bracket. But no, I agree with you. LSU, they do have a lot. Obviously, you know what I mean. They've had some losses where, obviously, they had losses to, Kentucky. They lost to Vanderbilt. They lost to Texas by double digits. They lost to South Carolina. They lost a lot of their, bigger marquee games. You know what I mean. So they lost to South Carolina twice. So. They got a lot to prove. It's a very talented roster. So we'll see. You know what I mean? I'm not a fan of their coach, but
nobody is. But I wouldn't. South Carolina, even though they made it to the finals last year, they got to show that they can get over that UConn hump. See if they can.
They got to show they got over that Texas ass whooping they got last week. You know what I mean? So
that too. But for the most part, I think South Carolina's been consistent. They're too deep of a roster, man. They got a lot of good players on that team. What's your name? Recruiting class. I know Oklahoma's coach was complaining about it. Like, you can't get mad. Don Staley built that from the ground up. Like that wasn't no overnight thing where she just brought all these great 5-star players over.
There's another team I think in the women's that we should look at. Notre Dame, Hannah Hidalgo. We know she's a superstar talent. What can she do something so crazy that we're not expecting from Notre Dame? They have the potential to, you know what I mean? They're a 6 seed. I think watch out for them. Watch out for Hannah. You know what I mean? She's had some amazing games, you know what I mean, against some of the best talent. So we gotta see what's up. We gotta see what's up with Notre Dame, man. I want to sleep on Notre Dame at all. You know what I mean?
Did they make the tournament this year?
Who?
Iowa State.
Did Iowa State make the tournament? I think they did. Let me see. Yeah, they play in Syracuse.
That's a team.
They're right below. They're right below.
If I can name a person, that girl Adi Crooks.
Oh yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah. Big shot. Big shot.
Putting up 30, 40 a night.
Yeah, but Shorty can't play those defense, but she like a fucking cone though. That's the only thing with her. Her defense is cooked, but she ain't no one can stop her though. She's just too big, man. She's just too big. You know what I mean?
That's
So
what I'm saying.
I think it's gonna be interesting to see how UConn, because you got to assume maybe they'll win that game. If they win that game, they'll play UConn on the next game. So that would be an interesting matchup to see her going up against that UConn defense. That's one of the best in the nation. So
I also want to give a shout. I got to share a shout out to HBCU Howard, man, on the men's side for making it to the tournament, man. Shout them out, man, because
they won yesterday, right?
Yeah, they won by like 3. But it was a big shot the dude made. So shout out to Howard, man, for making it.
Shout out to Prairie View too. Prairie View won earlier today too. So shout out to them.
And then of course I got to give on the women's side. Missouri State, man. Y'all showed out today. So y'all in the tournament too. Y'all deserve it. Miami, Ohio. Fuck what everybody said about y'all. Y'all showed it. 10 points. Kiss my ass. That's what you told everybody.
And I'm gonna say this. I know we didn't really say anything about it when March Madness started hitting with the brackets, but UNLV, y'all got to get y'all stuff together, man. They
won their game yesterday.
I don't.
They pissed me off, dog.
UNLV got to get their stuff together.
Hey, Missouri, y'all better not lose, y'all. You better not lose out the gate. Y'all in Missouri. It's gonna be Missouri fans deep.
We need UNLV to get back to being basketball prominence. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't around in Vegas when Larry Johnson and Jerry Tarkanian and all those guys. I wasn't in Vegas. I moved out here a couple years later, and obviously I was just a little kid, so I won't remember anyway. So I wasn't here around that time when UNLV was popping like that. But I was around when we had some decent teams, with Marcus Banks and all that stuff like that. We had some good squads, and that was fun. That was fun. UNLV, come on, man. There's no reason why we shouldn't have a good basketball team out here. You know what I mean? With the resources that we have, man. UNLV football is looking like they're getting on track. UNLV got to get the basketball team up to par with that football team. I never thought it would be the day I would have to say this about UNLV sports. Usually it's the other way around. But yeah, UNLV, they gotta be better, bro. We gotta see them UNLV colors. Man. I think it's better when UNLV is in that basketball March Madness lineup. It's just better to see UNLV.
What irritates me about UNLV is, man, in the first half, they be cooking. They be up by like 8 to 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
And next you look in the second half, like they struggling to keep that lead. Boy, I just knew they was gonna lose yesterday.
I just don't think we have a leader on that squad. Like we got some talent. I just don't think we have a true leader on that team that knows how to run the offense and obviously keep players under control. You know what I mean? And I don't know if the coaching staff has. I ain't gonna lie. I've been so disgusted with the UNLV basketball team. I didn't watch too much of the games this year. But
I think the coaches. I think Pazner is a good coach. He's okay. I think he was. I mean, for where he came from, he has a track record of being a good coach. Yeah. I just think that he's got to get his play. This is his first year, so I'm gonna give him.
I'm not gonna.
There's a lot of guys who transfer portal. A lot of transfer portal guys. It's hard to mesh those guys together. You know what I'm saying. So hopefully some of these guys will stay. You know what I'm saying, and not go other places. And I'm pretty for sure he's working on his recruitment class. We'll see how his recruitment class looks next year. But you see the talent on the team. It's just them keeping leads and, like Mark said, playing better defense.
Yeah, true that.
All right, man. It's time for our Bet US Surefire picks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man, what you got?
All right, so speaking of trash teams, I'm definitely going to take the Pistons. It's a lot of points. I'm going to take that minus 15.5 against the Wizards. Like, Wizards are tanking. They don't care. They're giving people 83 points. Like, they're so over this year that I'm easily taking the Pistons minus 15.5. I could see them easily winning by like 25. I'm going to take the Hornets minus 4 against the Magic. Big game in the East. The Magic have been playing a lot better. Yo, don't sleep on them Hawks, man. Hawks, I think, won 11 in a row now. They looking really good too. But I'm gonna take the Hornets -4, and then I'm gonna take the Clippers +1 over the Pelicans.
For sure. I'm taking your Lakers +3. I'm gonna take the Sixers -3.5. I'm taking BYU -2.5. I'm taking Ohio State -2.5. If you go to any of our social media platforms, you'll see the BetUS link. Click on it. Sign up. First time users only. You put the promo code JOY125. You get 125% sign-in bonus plus 10% gamblers insurance. That's 3 risk-free bets on $100 deposit up to $5,000 deposit. So that means on your first 3 deposits, if you bet $100 and you lose, you keep your money. So you can go over there and win some money, or you can keep your money on your first 3 deposits. So go sign up, tell them Cris Dallenball sent you. And that does it for our BetUS Surefire picks. All right, Ma. A little controversy in the music world. Guy who we like his music, man. We see his coming uppings, and he was a independent artist for a while doing his thing. You see him on social media doing his videos and on concerts and stuff in his backyard and stuff. And now he's officially signed to Rock Nation. And I think he just dropped an album. And he has a particular song on his album where his engineer told him not to drop, which was called Heaven Sent. And he ignored his engineer and put the song out anyway. And in this particular song, he's talking about how we're all created, we're all God's creatures, we've all been created, no matter how, good or evil we come off or what path we've taken in this world, we're all heaven sent, we're God created. And in the song, he mentions Donald Trump, Martin Luther King, Jeffrey Epstein, Adolf Hitler.
Pretty just play the clip. Why don't you just play the clip?
I don't have the clip.
No, you don't have the clip. Here, I got the clip. I'll play it and go from there.
Donald too. We all heaven sent. Epstein too. We all heaven sent. Adolf too. We all heaven sent. Even you. We all heaven sent.
So from that clip, he's pretty much trying to say that we were all God created, heaven sent. But I think my man don't know what heaven sent means. When you say something is heaven sent, it tends to mean that you say somebody's a blessing. If I was down on my luck and Maul came through and was like, hey man, here's $100 to get you through the next day, I'd be like, damn, Maul, you know what? You heaven sent, dog. I appreciate that. Or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? But he used the wrong wording. He should have, personally, he shouldn't have put the song in. He should have listened to his engineer. We haven't heard Lil Russell come out with music like this. He's usually, more Oakland, West Coast, hyphy type music, party type music, dance type music. We never really hear him come out with like the deep music and thought provoking stuff. So I don't know if he was trying to switch it up a little bit, but he should have kept this one in the hard drive. He should have kept this one in the hard drive and possibly deleted it because this wasn't the one. This wasn't the one. He shouldn't have put this out because he doesn't know what heaven sent meant. So. And his response was very, very tone deaf.
Yeah. Very, very tone deaf. Very tone deaf. Let me see if I could find. You know what? Nah, I ain't gonna do it. You know what? At the end of the day, LaRussell, that take sometimes engineers, sometimes friends try to give you advice, not to deter you from being uncreative, but just to save yourself from yourself. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you already have a situation where your core fan base is already a little upset at you because you're not independent anymore. You kind of gave off this, I'm independent. I do everything independently. That's just kind of how I built my brand. And then you signed with Rock Nation, which kind of belittles everything that you built your brand up to be, as far as like this independent artist who it is, what it is. And at the end of the day, it's your prerogative, but your fan base feels a particular type of way. Then you give us the song. And it's like, I've heard some things from LaRussell. I'm not going to sit here and say I bump LaRussell all the time. There's some songs here and there. He cool, it's whatever. But I came across the video. I saw the one. Shout out to Van Lathan. I thought your expressions were right on T. That was the same expressions I had. As it got worse, you start off with the devil. I was like, all right, whatever. You know what I mean? Then you went, to Martin and Malcolm X or whatever. And then you went to Donald Trump. I'm like, all right. Then you said Epstein. And then you went to Adolf. Heaven sent, brother, Cris is 100% correctly. I don't think you understand what heaven sent really means. Donald Trump is not heaven sent. Adolf Hitler for sure ain't heaven sent. He did a whole genocide with Jewish people. You don't. Epstein is not heaven sent, brother. He's not. My grandmother is heaven sent. You know what I mean? Mother Teresa was heaven sent. You know what I mean? Martin Luther King, I agree with you. Heaven sent. You know what I mean? But and then on top of that, you want to double down and do this whole thing. And I hate it when artists do this, where they want to hide behind their artistry and be like, oh, I'm just doing art. I'm expressing myself. People are dumb because, they don't know how to express themselves. I'm being opinionated. I should have an opinion. And that's cool, sir. You can have the opinion all you want. You can drop this if you want. You have the right to do that. I think that's, one of the great things about, the Constitution that we got to get reminded of. And hopefully Donald Trump can understand what the Constitution is. But we also have the right to tell you that you sound like a fucking idiot, respectfully, because you're putting height on the Epstein and we all see just a little bit of pieces, the horrors that those young women and kids had to go deal with in the evil time, some of the most disgusting things you have. And then you want to throw an Adolf in there, it was just salt on chicken. And I'm like, what? You just got progressively worse. A man who did whole genocides of a particular group of people, and you're gonna talk about he haven't sent. I just think, brother, you're ruining your career. You're ruining your career. You're kind of like on this, Kanye West All Lives Matter shit right now. And it's just bro, nah, it don't work like that, bro. We're not all heaven sent, bro. Some of us are just pure evil, and that's not heaven sent. And I just think that, I don't know, you standing 10 toes down, it doesn't really help your situation, brother. I think it's just, you should eat it, take the L, and hopefully we all know things go away. Just, what I mean? But yeah, you lost a lot of people on that one.
Yeah, you sounded crazy in your soliloquy talking about we're just dumb and we don't understand what you was trying to say. And well, we understood, player, but you just wrong message.
It was, and the song was, and it was trash. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I didn't like the song either.
That's just
stick to the upbeat stuff, dog.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So. Man. Which one is that? Which one's worse, that one or Kanye's Heil Hitler?
They're on the same level.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that one was crazy too. Kanye.
All right, man. Let's talk about Darryn Peterson, man. I already talked about how I feel like he has a lot to gain in this March Madness tournament. But I wanted to get your thoughts, man. They did a whole interview with him in the KC Star, and he pretty much talked about how the whole season, what he was going through as far as his injuries go, and I'll just give you some cliff notes. Said that he dealt with severe full body cramping through the season, described it as a traumatic experience, severity of condition. At one point, cramps were so bad he had to be hospitalized for IV fluids. He missed 11 games due to cramping, hamstring issues. He admitted that he could have handled the situation better as far as the narrative goes, and probably could have did some things differently. But all in all, he said that he's all in. He never one time thought about sitting out the season or anything like that. It was all health issues, and that he feels like he's ready to go in this tournament full steam ahead. So, how do you feel about hearing all of that, sir?
Obviously it's good for him to acknowledge it, but I think at the end of the day, we got to see it. You know what I mean? I think there's already been conversation about how he kind of looked in the Big 12 tournament as far as just picking your teammates off the floor, being engaged in the game, not looking just so like you don't want to be there. I think there's still questions about that. So we'll see. Like, I would love to see some more intensity out of him. Again, people are going to be unique to who they are, so I don't want to change who he is. Like, I'm not telling him to be KG or anything like that, but just show a little bit of emotion on the court, like you actually care. You know what I mean? Get a little excited, pump your teammates up. Uplift your teammates. Like, there's a lot of stuff we haven't seen.
And not to cut you off, but there was a part in the article where they did talk about his personality. He's kind of an introvert.
Yeah, I get it. I understand.
To himself, he's not really,
he'd
rather be in the house, doing his thing like that. He's not really an outgoing person or outgoing personality or whatever, So, and it seems like his father is very heavily involved in his life. So, and not to say that's a bad thing, but I'm just saying with some of the decisions that he makes and all that stuff. So.
No, I get it. Look, I'm not trying to condemn this kid. I was just being honest with the situation that he was going through, that it's just not a good look. Mm-hmm. And it makes people question if you love the game of ball. That's just a perception. Like, brother, we don't know you. We're just looking at what we see. These NBA teams don't know you. And I would understand in a situation where I don't think it would be as bad if the draft wasn't as deep and you were just clearly the best player in the draft, and it's just like you're going to get drafted no matter what. They'll just work with what they have to do as far as like your personality. But with this draft and how deep it is, and you being up there with it, it's just like, brother, you can literally go from being the first overall pick down to the 8th. That's just how deep it is with potential with the draft. It's just the reality of the situation. And we all see the talent. I think that's just the frustration part. And I'm not going to condemn him. Like, look, if you have the personality where you're introvert and stuff like that, you're not an extrovert, you're not outgoing or anything like that. That's cool. Again, I'm not asking you to be KG. I'm not asking you to go out there and be Luka Doncic out there barking and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, even as a competitor, you're going to show at least a little bit of emotion. Like, even if you're an introvert, you're still going to try to uplift your teammates, be like, yo, it's okay. We got this. Even in a calm manner, you're going to go over there, pick up your teammates, stuff like that, the little things. And it's just like some of those things we don't really see a lot. You know what I mean? Especially in moments like in the Big 12 tournament where it's like a lot of big games. And it just gets to the point where it's just like it's no energy. All the players kind of look aloof and you're supposed to be the star player. So, again, I'm not going to say this kid is a bad kid. I'm not saying that at all. Like, look, he's growing up. Like, he's young. You know what I mean? Like, he still has some maturing to do. Like, all of us are still maturing, even at the age that we're at. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's just like it's a little bump in the road with him in his future career. He's going to be a great basketball player, but there's just some certain little things that are going to get questioned, and I think he has a lot of time to prove us all wrong as far as like having doubts with him loving the game. Like, just show us, you know what I mean? Like, obviously you got great for a reason. Like, so obviously you do love the game, but when it comes to being a professional, there are ways to handle certain situations, and I'm glad he acknowledged it. Now it's just time to just show it, and your perception can change, brother. Your perception can change real quick. So I'm rooting for the kid. I want to see some exciting ball because he's great. He's amazing. I think he can put on a great show. He can showcase that he's the best player in the entire nation. He can do that. Let's just see it, and let's just see that you have a pulse on the court, like you actually care. That's all we saying.
Agree. That, like I said, I'm not going to try to regurgitate what I said, but he has a lot to gain in this tournament. That's all I'm going to say. He has a lot to gain.
He does.
All right, y'all. Everybody's favorite segment, Maul's Random News. It is now time for Maul's Random News.
All right, everybody. We all know this is Chris's favorite moment of the week, where he gets to shine, talk about topics that we don't make it to the main ticker, but they're still very important, very relevant in today's world and society. Different topics from all ranges, top headlines. So, sir, are you ready for this week's random news?
Let's get it.
All right, so first up, we'll start here in Vegas, man. Seems like Bishop Gorman's having trouble with their scheduling. Bishop Gorman's long-standing dominance in Nevada high school football has reached a breaking point. And Clark County school district programs have taken unprecedented measures to avoid playing the Gales. According to a Wednesday release from the Nevada Interscholastic Activities Association, CCSD principals informed the NIAA that district schools aligned in Class 5A and 4A will play as independents for the next 2 school years beginning this fall. The step makes all district football teams ineligible for recognized Class 5A and 4A state titles. CCSD schools will play football games against one another, but still abide by NIAA bylaws to avoid playing Bishop Gorman. CCSD has 30 high schools that play football in the 5A and 4A classifications. Quote, when people start looking at what we have to play by as CCSD schools and what Gorman and the charter schools get to play by are 2 different set of rules. Liberty co-athletic director and football coach Rich Morocco said, it's not right. We're playing for the same trophy under completely different sets of rules and different sets of advantages and disadvantages. That will leave private schools like Bishop Gorman and Faith Lutheran and charter schools like Sloan Canyon and SLAM, Nevada, as the only Southern schools eligible to compete for a recognized NIAA state football title. Quote, the identified programs will enter independent status for a minimum of 2 years in accordance with NIAA regulations, the release said. During this period, the football program will not participate in any NIAA sanctioned postseason competition, including league, regional, or state championship playoffs. What's your thoughts with this, with other schools doing this, becoming independent schools and getting out of playing Bishop Gorman and other charter schools?
Damn, they done told Bishop we sick of y'all, man. Y'all been recruiting all these dudes from other cities and states. They was doing that shit when we was in high school.
Nah, they were doing it for a while. Yeah, they were.
This ain't nothing new about Bishop Gorman. Yeah. They've always been known to, on football, basketball, baseball, to recruit people from different states and cities, move their whole families out here, and next thing you know, they're a powerhouse. They got all the great players. They've been winning national championships from the beginning of time. So this ain't nothing new, and I just think it's finally hit its boiler point. And schools are like, fuck y'all, man. We ain't playing y'all. Now what? Now y'all ain't gonna be recognized. And we all know that Bishop Gorman has been nationwide recognized as one of the great schools. I mean, Brock Bowers went there. I think Rome went to Findlay, I think, but a few players have been to Bishop Gorman. So this is going to be very interesting to see what happens to Bishop Gorman.
Do you think this is like weak for the other schools to go independent and kind of stay away from Gorman, or do you side with them?
I do think there's some. I can see somebody saying this is weak because you're mad because the alums of Bishop Gorman put more money into their schools and with their product. It's a charter school, so they're going to have more money. Yeah. You know, it's a private institution, so they're going to have more backing. They're going to have more money. And we all know that the Clark County, just like Mark's saying, you know, we all know the Clark County School District is fucking terrible. Let's just call it for what it is. It's bad. It is. It is not good. So we're like, I think we're last in a lot of categories, so or middle of the pack or whatever. But we're not a good school. We're not a good school system. You know?
Yeah, Mark is 100% correct. Sorry to cut you off. You're 100% correct.
Yeah. So,
That'll be a good conversation. That'll be a good conversation.
I do think I can see somebody saying, you know, I'm not mad at somebody saying it does look weak. You know what I'm saying? Because you're mad because you can't compete pretty much, and they can't go out and recruit or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. Get your weight up. I mean, that's all you can tell these schools, and I get it. They may not have the budget that Bishop Gorman has, but I mean, it is what it is. They built their notoriety up for years. Like we've all known that Bishop Gorman has been a powerhouse in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's nothing new. Like
No,
they've been doing this. Like I said, they were a powerhouse when I was in high school. So this ain't nothing new. This ain't just come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Finley Pratt is somebody that was new to me. Like I ain't know, but they've always been good. They, you know, since I've known, they've been good, pretty good at basketball. They get a lot of basketball players that come out of there. So I don't know. I can see the weakness. Somebody saying they look weak.
Yeah. No, honestly, man. Mark, next time you come on, brother, we can have that conversation. I would love to have that conversation with you, man. I think that could be a great topic. Next up, obviously we got the news that Vegas and Seattle are gearing up to get NBA franchises. We got a little bit of news as far as like who is interested and who not be interested, and one of them is the Fenway Sports Group, who have been, you know, recognized as being the group that LeBron will be headlined with to, you know, own the Las Vegas team. It seemed like that was going to be kind of like guaranteed, but it seems like they're not interested in pursuing an expansion opportunity in Las Vegas because of the expected costs. It is less likely that LeBron James will pursue NBA ownership without the support of his longtime business partners at Fenway Sports Group. Obviously, you know, the numbers are anywhere from $7 to $10 billion. What does this say? That Fenway Sports Group is not interested in owning an opportunity at owning a Las Vegas franchise due to the price.
It's going to be interesting, but I'm sure somebody's going to swoop in and want to own the team in Las Vegas. I'm not too much worried about that. We got people out here that's going to step in. Maybe the Fertittas or somebody like that, you know, will team up with LeBron or whoever, you know what I'm saying, and come out here and, you know, put the bill up and get an NBA team out here. They've been itching for it. They're gonna make it happen. They're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about the ownership. I just think I'm low key kind of relieved that LeBron James won't be part of this, because he'll be the type of person that will trade every single first round pick and not have us be able to build a farm system. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, there's going to be a whole bunch of billionaires that are going to line up to be in the Las Vegas market. You know, I'm just excited. Hopefully I'm sure we'll probably hear more names out there that get announced. I wouldn't even be shocked that if Amazon God himself even gets a part of that ordeal, as far as like, you know, owning the team. Now, I know his name's kind of been mentioned with the Seattle Seahawks as well. So we'll see what's up with that. Next up, New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani. He revealed his top 5 rappers. Zoran Mamdani, the mayor of New York City. You've seen him on Twitter. You've seen him. He's the new mayor that beat out what's my man's name? I forgot his name. Cuomo. He beat out Cuomo. He revealed his top 5 rappers of all time. Nas, Lupe Fiasco, Common, Jay-Z, and Notorious B.I.G. So I wanted to ask you, sir, who are your top 5 rappers
here we go.
of all time for you personally?
Because it changes so many times. Jay-Z, Nas, Eminem, Jay-Z, Nas, Eminem, Dylon. Notorious B.I.G. Kendrick Lamar.
Okay. Not mad at that. All right, next up, Afro Man. He made the news. He's been in court. And it seems like freedom of speech has prevailed. Afro Man was found not liable in a defamation lawsuit filed by Adams County deputies. A jury has cleared Afro Man of all defamation claims brought by Adams County deputies. No plaintiff verdict prevailed. The lawsuit stems from Afro Man using security footage of a botched 2022 raid on his home to create multiple viral diss tracks and music videos. After deliberation, the jury sided with the rapper, finding he did not defame the officers. What's your thoughts with this? I'm not sure if you're very aware of this Afro Man thing. What are your thoughts?
No, I ain't heard nothing about it.
You haven't heard it? Here, I'll play a little snippet of the song, and yeah. So hold on one second. I will share it with you. All right, here we go. You hear it?
Will you help me repair my gate? Will you help me repair my door? Did you find what you was looking for? Will you help me repair my gate and door? Would you like a slice of lemon pound cake? You can take as much as you wanna take. There must be a big mistake. Would you like to have a slice of my lemon pound cake? The warrant said narcotics and kidnapping. The warrant said narcotics and kidnapping. Are you kidding? I make my money rapping. Why does the warrant say narcotics? Well, I know narcotics, but why kidnapping?
Y'all get the point. So that was just part of the song that he did, and that the cops said, defamatory, that it brought a lot of stress and stuff to their lives, and discomfort. So they decided to try to sue. So yeah, what are your thoughts now? What do you think of the song? Number one, the little bit that you heard.
It's a terrible song. He should have got sued for that damn song.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
That song's terrible.
But yeah. What do you think about it now that you heard?
I mean, I don't see nothing wrong in defamation from that. You just asking questions.
Yeah.
He just asked, "You gonna fix my gate on my door, damn it? Or you gonna you want some lemon pound cake?"
Yeah.
I don't see nothing wrong with that. Yeah, like y'all said, he said F the police.
Yeah, not for real. So yeah, man. Shout out to Afro Man for winning though. Shout out to him.
Yeah, for sure.
Next. All right, next up, we got the official David Benavidez versus Zurdo Ramirez card. All Mexican pay-per-view card on Cinco de Mayo weekend. Obviously, the main is Benavidez versus Zurdo. We have Resendez versus Munguai. We have Duarte versus Furio, and Lucero versus Sandoval. Man, so what are your thoughts with this Benavidez Zurdo card? How would you rate it?
It's cool. It's a good, strong 7. You know, I'm excited for the Benavidez Zordo fight.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
But the rest of the card is cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I feel you. I'm kind of the same way. I heard the rumors about Jamel Charlo.
That's what the first announcement was,
and I was super excited about that. And next thing you know, I hear Charlo's out. I'm like, of course, it's just like the Charlo brothers.
Jamie Morgia.
Yeah, man. So yeah, Charlo brothers, man, they killing me right now. All right, next up, the Cleveland Browns, per Adam Schefter, submitted a rule that would allow teams to trade draft picks 5 years out instead of 3. What are your thoughts with this, man? Do you think the league should approve this, or do you think they should not?
Sure, why not? Let's see some 5 first-round picks or 5 picks traded away for Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Or Justin Jefferson.
That's a lot of picks, boy.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I think it should. I think they should approve it. Like that's up to you if you want to ruin your franchise for the next 2 decades. That's on you. But
5 picks for Joe Burrow.
Yeah. So instead of you being able to trade 3 years out, you could trade 5 years. So you trade 5 years of first round picks if you want to. So
that's crazy.
That just means how
they better win a Super Bowl in 5 years.
If they do that, If they do that, Howard Roseman's trading for somebody. He's trading for somebody. He's trading for somebody, bro.
He's about to send 5 first round picks for Justin.
But I'll say this: if they do approve that, I think that will make it more likely we will see more quarterbacks traded. I think the likes of you potentially seeing a Lamar Jackson trade or a Patrick Mahomes trade or a Josh Allen trade. I think those is more likely. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I think it makes it more likely for that to happen because I think people can justify like, look, all right, we got hypothetically, we got 10 years out of Patrick Mahomes. He's coming off a knee injury. There's going to be a great quarterback coming out in the next 5 years. Let's do it. Let's get those 5 first round picks. We got our championships. We can build for the foreseeable future. How would you feel as a Chiefs fan if that opportunity?
Hell no, man.
You say no. For 5 first round picks?
Hell no.
Nah, you wouldn't.
You better have the next Patrick Mahomes in this damn draft. We doing that. I'm screaming from the top of the hills of Mount Charleston, fire Brett Beach, right now.
All right, so if currently right now 5 first round picks were available and they were offered, who do you think will say yes between the Chiefs, Bills, and the Ravens? Who do you think will be the first team that will say yes? You think the Ravens? Ravens with Lamar?
Buffalo ain't definitely not saying. Hey, do you know what happened to Buffalo? They burning that new stadium down. There's gonna be tables on fire and shit.
What about the Bears? You think they'll say yes with Caleb?
If he don't deliver, yeah. Then he gonna get his ass out of here.
Yeah. No, it'd be interesting. We'll see what happens. I'll ask the last question on that. Do you think it'll get approved?
Yeah, I do.
You do? Okay.
Because I don't see no harm in it. And I think the NFL wants shit like that. They love, I guarantee they love this offseason.
Yeah. Nah, for sure.
Because they want that.
Yeah, nah, for sure. All right, next up, a little bit of dim news. The World Health Organization is preparing for a potential nuclear emergency if the conflict involving Iran continues to escalate. What are your thoughts with this breaking news that we got earlier today?
Find us a bomb shelter, man.
Oh, we about to be like the next Fallout or something? Oh. Yeah, man. Let's get this under control, man. Let's wrap this war up, man. This pointless, man. Guys, everything's on shit. All right, next up.
I'm about to go call Gerald the Dolphin to come get me.
Oh, Gerald the Dolphin. That's why I'm building that. He knows it's coming, man. He got a fortune teller or some shit. It's crazy, man. Shout out to Gerald though. Next up, Gilbert Arenas says he's skeptical on Seattle getting an NBA team again. Quote, saying times have changed. Are you going to be able to afford your players? What are your thoughts with this, man? Do you agree or disagree?
No, I don't agree. Nobody listens to Gilbert Arenas. He says the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
No. Shut up, Gilbert.
Yeah, we'll see. I think Seattle will be fine though. Seattle will be fine. They got a lot of money out there. All right, next up, man. Seems like might be getting replacement officials this year. Adam Schefter says the NFL is laying groundwork for hiring replacement officials this season if the league is unable to agree on a new collective bargaining agreement with the NFL Referees Association. What are your thoughts with this, man? How worried should the Kansas City Chiefs be that your best friend will not be?
First of all, calm down. Don't worry about no damn referees. It's gonna be a disaster because these new referees are gonna suck.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, we'll see. I will see. What do you think of the percentages that they will not get a deal done before the regular season starts?
About a 40% chance.
Okay. All right, next up, Champ Bailey, man. He was on the Richard Sherman podcast, and they had a conversation on who are the best DB and GOAT corners are. Man, I'll play this clip, man, and let's get your thoughts.
Play the game. Like when they say the best corner to ever play, they talk about you, they talk about Prime, they talk about all these guys. But Charles Woodson and and Rod Woodson were in that conversation, but they moved to safety and got so many picks and became almost known for that kind of versatility that people are like, oh, they just DBs. They're not just corners. And it's like, okay.
Here's my take on the young Woodson, Charles Woodson. And I would say Rod Woodson is right behind him. Charles Woodson is the best DB who ever played a game. Like, when you talk about top to bottom, what it takes, tackling, taking the ball away, man to man, he did all that at a high clip. I don't care if he played safety. But when you talk about his body of work and what he did, what he played, 18 seasons?
Something like that.
The dude, and he started his career. I think he was in a holdout, and I think he got hurt his rookie year or something, maybe his second year, somewhere down the road, he got hurt. So he's dealt with all this stuff and still put the best DB campaign I've ever seen on tape. You got to think, I was a year behind him. He played both ways in college. So did I. So I tried to do everything better than him. But it was a hell of a problem trying to keep the dude every week. Like the year he won Defensive Player of the Year, he just pick six. I'm like, God dang, man. Next thing you know, he's at 60 picks. And then I retired and he's still playing. I'm like, well, God damn, like, come on, man.
And stole 5 that season.
Oh my God. I mean, the pick he had against the Broncos when he jumped and it was right over Demaryius Thomas. And he landed on his back. I think it's one of the sweetest picks I've ever seen. And I'm like, how is he doing that at 90 years old? Like, what is going on? The dude just eating right, man. And he's a football god.
Yeah, so that was Champ Bailey on his thoughts, who he thought was the greatest DB of all time. Obviously, everybody always had Deion Sanders in that boat. But what's your thoughts, man? Do you agree, disagree? What's your overall feeling?
I think Charles Woodson definitely should be mentioned up there with some of the greats. For him to have the long career that he had, going from being a corner for your Raiders and terrorizing my Chiefs for years, and then going to Green Bay, he pretty much helped them win that Super Bowl with him switching over to being a safety. And then I think he went back to you guys to end off his career. And he was still really good with you guys when he came back. So Charles Woodson, and then, we ain't even just talking about what he did in college. He was one of the last defensive players to win the Heisman, I think.
Yeah.
So he played both ways, but he was known for what he did as a corner and taking the football away. And he was probably the last dude to do both. You know what I'm saying? We talk about Travis Hunter, but Charles Woodson was special, man, and he was special in the league, man. And like Champ said, he would play defense, go down, tackle. He would do it all. He wasn't scared to hit. That was the one knock on Deion Sanders was he wasn't a physical guy. He didn't tackle a lot, but his athleticism was just all world. So he probably didn't need to. So, yeah, Charles Woodson should definitely be up there. You know what I'm saying? If he's in your top 5, I'm not mad at that at all.
Nah. We all know Charles Woodson is all-time great. We all know that. Next up, man, your boy Draymond Green made random news again, bro. He has some more comments saying he wants the Grizzlies to relocate to Nashville. Obviously, we know they live in Memphis. Quote, he says, there's no great hotels in Memphis. Get Memphis the hell out of Memphis and send them to Nashville. Do us all a favor, Adam. Nobody will be upset. Not one person. All right, what's your thoughts with Draymond Green pleading for the Grizzlies to get moved?
Draymond, boy, you better not step foot up in Memphis, dog. You don't have them YNs on you.
I don't think he going unless if it's for a road game. Besides that, I think he'd be all right. He'd be on the team bus.
I'm just saying, man. Why? What's up with y'all? Stephen A. Smith said something about Memphis the other day too, and them moving to Nashville. It was just
like, look, we all know. I ain't gonna say nothing crazy about Memphis. I've never been to Memphis. I don't know. I've only seen stuff on the outside.
Great barbecue.
Yeah, I heard.
Not Kansas City, but
I heard they got some amazing food. I heard they got some great vibes out there, blues and all that stuff like that. You know, we know. But you know, we have seen some other things, extracurricular activities that do be happening out there. You know, rest in peace, Young Dolph, and all that stuff like that. But,
shout out A-Ball MJG.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, man. Hopefully things get better out there. We see the likes of what the Baltimore mayor has done for the city of Baltimore and limiting that crime. Hopefully the same can be for Memphis, man. I'm sure it's a beautiful city. And you know, hopefully they get their stuff together. I don't think they'll move the Grizzlies out of Memphis, but I know Nashville, they do want a team out there, because we all know I've heard great things about Nashville as well. So, all right, next up, man. Obviously, you know everybody's anticipating the grand opening of the new Athletics $2 billion strip ballpark that will be opening in the 2028-29 season. That's going to be a big year for Vegas with the NBA team and we'll have the Final Four that year. So it should be a great, busy year for us. But they're saying the next rendition of the World Baseball Classic could potentially see games played in Las Vegas with the new stadium, man. What are your thoughts with this, man? Would you hit up a game, man?
Of course, so I can see us take over the Royals World Baseball Classic.
Royals World Baseball Classic.
Because that's who took over the whole weekend, baby. Shout out to Michael Garcia being the MVP. You know what I'm saying, dog? Venezuela. Shout out, dog. Salvi Perez. What's happening, player? You know what I'm saying? And then they can defend their crown in Vegas. Hey, Aaron Judge, you.
Conversations about you, my boy, that need to be had, bro.
What's up with you, man?
He's doing what he always do.
Making it look bad, dog.
Doing what he always does, even in the Yankee uniform. Just never shows up when he really needs to do it the most.
My man Bobby Wood Jr. out there putting in work. Bryce Harper.
Hell, even Bryce Harper showed up. Bryce Harper even showed up.
Putting in work. Yo,
he ain't do nothing. You definitely ain't no Shohei Ohtani. That is for sure. Yeah. But I am excited for the Athletic Stadium. Looks beautiful. Yeah, you know, they're coming along, so we'll see what's up. And yeah, 2028, 2029. Man, that's gonna be a busy ass year, boy. Very exciting too. Very exciting. Traffic about to be a bitch. I already know. Next up, man. Seems like we get a little gift on my birthday, man. We got a new versus battle on March 26th. We got Tyrese versus Tank. Who you got, man? Who you got?
I got Tank, man.
Got Tank beating Tyrese?
I got Tank, man.
Why, man? Why you got Tank?
Because he rode half of Tyrese's.
Who you think's gonna perform better? And do you think we get a crazy Tyrese moment?
I don't know. Perform more? I don't know, because I think Tank's
still perform.
He's an underrated performer, dog.
He's still killing it right now, yeah.
But I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be close.
It's gonna be close.
I'm not saying it's gonna be a landslide. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Tyrese win. Tyrese got some joints, man. He got a hell of a catalog.
He got a lot. He got a dope catalog. I love Tyrese. I love Tank, man. Nah, man, it might be one of the better ones. It might be one of the better verses, man, for real. It might be one of the better. I haven't watched the verses in a minute. I might check it out if I'm free. That's also my birthday, so talk to me nice. You know what I mean? Talk to me nice that day. Actually, talk to me nice all week. You know what I mean? Your boy's birthday next week. You know what I mean? So Shout out to me.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to me, man. Shout out to me. All right, next up, man. Jay-Z has announced a Reasonable Doubt and Blueprint anniversary show. I low-key want to go to this shit. At Yankee Stadium, July 10th, he'll do his 30-year anniversary of Reasonable Doubt. And on July 11th, he'll do his 25-year anniversary of the Blueprint. I ain't gonna lie, I definitely low-key want to hit this shit up, man. I'm already considering going to New York. But, man, what are your thoughts, man? Are you excited for Jay-Z? And do you think we're going to get an album this year with all that? I think he also got announced on the Roots Picnic or whatever.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's going to be on that too. So,
as far as the album goes, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he dropped some. But as far as this concerts, I think it's dope. I would go to the Reasonable Doubt one.
I would most Reasonable Doubt. You got to go. If you have to pick one, you go to Reasonable Doubt. You go to Reasonable. Oh, that shit about to be a fucking movie, dog. That shit about to be a fucking movie.
Even though the Blueprint one would be cool because he'll have some shit.
Yeah, Blueprint gonna be fire. Blueprint gonna be fire.
But I would go to the Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah, Reasonable Doubt, bro. That shit gonna be classic, bro. And that shit gonna be bumping. I always wanted to go to a true New York concert. I know them tickets are gonna be fucking dumb expensive, but if there's a concert that I want to go to in New York, it might be that one, dog. It might be that one. It might be that
Yankee Stadium.
Yeah. It might be that
one.
Gonna
be mad Yankee fits and Timberlands, man.
Bro, I'll break some out. I don't even own legit Timbs, but because we live in New York, it's hot as hell out here. And on the July 11th, that shit about to be muggy as fuck. Nah, I ain't wearing Timbs. Nah, fuck that. But I'm definitely gonna try to go. I'm gonna try to see when the tickets go on sale and go to New York, man. Try to get some homies to go. Next up, man, Jeff Passan. You know, obviously we had a great WBC. Congrats to Venezuela again on winning the WBC. Amazing. Shout out to them. It's kind of ironic though, you know, Trump took out their president and they beat us. Yeah, anyways, Jeff Passan, he quoted by saying Major League Baseball could do better in embracing Latin American baseball culture. Obviously, there was a lot of conversations about the temperament with WBC, the excitement level, the crowd interaction, the excitement from the players, and obviously comparing it to regular MLB seasons, you know, how it's more contained, unwritten rules, stuff like that. What are your thoughts with this, man? Do you think the MLB should, I know we talked a little bit about it on Monday, but give a little bit more of your thoughts. Do you think the MLB should ingratiate themselves a lot more with the Latin American baseball culture and tend to be a little bit more like that with the excitement level, allowing players to be exciting, bat flips, talk a little bit mess? What are your thoughts?
Of course. Most definitely. We need more personality in baseball. All these stupid rules that y'all be having, you know what I'm saying? This ain't your grandpa's baseball no more, man. Grandpa, no, it's different. We need to have more excitement. It'll build up the stars in your league, man. More bat flips, more trash talk. I hit a home run. I just flipped the bat at your ass. What's happening? You trash, homie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we need that. That's what makes baseball fun, man.
Mm-hmm.
We need that entertainment. And I ain't gonna lie to you, baseball's been in a good spot now. This lockout coming up.
Yeah, this lockout could kill a lot of vibes. And I low-key think we're heading into a lockout because them players is not giving up. They're not doing the salary. They're not giving up that shit. That ain't happening.
So hopefully that don't put a damper on it. But I'm just saying, baseball's in a good space as far as the momentum of it. Last few years have been great. Regular season, postseason, World Series, been doing his numbers, and bring that into the regular season. Release some of your rules in baseball, yo.
Yeah, like what do you make of some people thinking that the WBC should happen in the middle of the season, like replace the All-Star game with the WBC for the 2 weeks?
No, I like it better in the beginning of the season.
You like it better at the beginning of the season?
Because you could use that, take that momentum into the season and go full steam ahead.
Yeah. And obviously we don't want to see this, but if there were an injury to be involved, you'd rather have it in the beginning of the season than in the middle of the season that affects, you know, playoffs or something like that. So yeah, I totally agree. Or have it at you don't want it at the end of the season. Everybody's kind of burnt out. Yeah, I like it. I like it in here. And obviously it happens. I mean, it happens every 3 years, 4 years, something like that. Yeah, we enjoy it, man. So shout out to them. All right, a couple more. The head of the U.S. Postal Service has warned lawmakers that the storied 250-year-old agency is at a critical juncture and will run out of cash in less than a year unless Congress allows it to borrow money and charge more for postage. What are your thoughts with this, man? Are the end of the postal days coming to an end?
Sure, I hope not. Because that's the end of people's jobs, man.
Yeah.
You get a post office job, man. You in there. They make good money over there. Mm-hmm. So I hope it's not the end of that. You know what I'm saying? I hope they can figure something out to where those men and women don't lose their jobs.
Yeah. Nah, for real. Yeah. We don't want to see that. Obviously, there's been a lot of, conversation with mail-in registry voting and stuff like that. And obviously obviously we are getting more by email and stuff like that. More
and I know like Amazon and
yeah,
you still got FedEx and UPS and all them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the post office has always been a staple.
Yeah. No, my dad used to be used to work for the post office and stuff like that. So hopefully they get it together, man. Obviously, we don't want to see people losing jobs or anything like that. It's a staple of how we get our mail and stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully they figure that out. Speaking of that, speaking of money, the United States national debt has officially surpassed $39 trillion. And 27% of the U.S. national debt is from spending under Trump's presidencies. What are your thoughts with this, man? And who we owing $39 trillion to? I still try to forget this.
Other countries.
Yeah, true that. But yeah. But anyways, yeah. What are your thoughts with that, man? How broke are we? We're broke.
It is what it is. That's who we are. We're the only nation that owes money but act like we're the big dog.
Nah, yeah.
We have the most audacity. This is worse than your uncle owe you $20 and you ain't ever seen that $20 again.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, for real.
And then have the audacity to get mad at you when you ask for it.
Nah, yeah, shit. It's interesting. All right, next up, your girl Clarissa Shields
put out that she
dropped out a new song, baby.
What's up, man? You playing all this music and shit.
Hey, let's take a little listen. Let's take a little listen.
You're the kind of man I shut up for. Let you leave me here with my eyes closed. Then leave me, oh yeah. You're the kind of man I shut up for. Let you leave me here with my eyes closed. Some women never had a faithful man, so they don't understand. I do. A faithful love, a love so strong, never have to question your love for me. Your love so strong, I can read your thoughts, feel your hands on me. You finish my fantasies. For your that I can miss always. So I wrote this song for you, 'cause our love is true. I'll always be faithful to you. These other niggas ain't got a clue. Oh, baby, you're the kind of man gon' ride for me. Love your girl down, knock a nigga off of me. Oh yeah, you're the kind of man caress my soul, give me energy, always supporting me. You're the kind of man ain't gon' never.
No, it's not.
Take me out to eat, then leave me. Oh yeah, you're the kind of man I shut up for. Let you leave me, yeah, with my eyes closed. So I wrote this.
I can't hear you.
My bad. I had to be myself. What's your thoughts with Clarissa Shields' song? How you like it?
It's not a bad song. It's just she should have somebody else sing it. But shout out to Clarissa, man. She found her man. You know, Papoose. He holding her down, man. Shout out to Pat.
Has a female ever done anything sweet like that? Like wrote a song about you, poem, or anything like that? No. How do you think Papoose should feel about this song? Do you think he approves?
He loves it. You see him in the video, all up on her, kissing her and shit.
So, would you do this with your wife? If she made a song, would you want to be in a music video and do all this stuff?
Of course.
Absolutely. Shout out to you. Shout out to love. Shout out to you. Shout out to love. All right, next up, Dan Orlovsky. You know, he made some comments about Ty Simpson. Says he believes that Ty Simpson is just as impressive as Fernando Mendoza. Quote, Mendoza is impressive, but I think Ty Simpson's tape-wise, just as impressive. What are your thoughts? Do you agree with Dan or disagree with Dan?
I mean, the thing about Ty Simpson is we've always said is we know the talent is there. It's just that he needed more snaps. He needed more time. He needed maybe another year at Alabama. And he'd probably be, you know, up there with some of the other quarterbacks that's coming out next year. Now, I get why he came out. No Dante Moore, no Chambliss. And he has an opportunity to be the second quarterback taken off this off the board. So I understand why he came out. But it's not a lack of talent. It's just, you know, and then a lot of people think that, you know, towards the end of the season, he was dealing with injuries. That's why he kind of had a dip. But, yeah, I mean, we've seen him at his highs and we've seen him have, you know, really good games. But like I said, it's just more so the snap count for him. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see, you know.
Yeah. No. We'll definitely see. All right, next up, man, Lil Wayne. He announced a new tour with 2 Chainz and The Game, 20 plus years of Carter classics, as well as with Game doing 20 plus years of documentary. I'm gonna read some of these cities, man, and you tell me if you see a little trend. We got Bangor, Maine. We got Saratoga Springs, New York. We got Guilford, New Hampshire. We got Des Moines, Iowa. Chicago, Illinois. Shakopee, Minnesota. Columbus, Ohio. Clarkston, Michigan. Grand Rapids, Michigan. St. Louis, Missouri. Concord, California. Long Beach, California. Biloxi, Mississippi. Brandon, Mississippi. Rogers, Arkansas. Fort Worth, Texas. Fresno, California. Denver, Colorado. Latong, New York. Camden, New Jersey. State College, PA. Reading, PA. Greenville, South Carolina. Nashville, Tennessee. Raleigh, North Carolina. Charleston, West Virginia. San Antonio, Texas. Lexington, Kentucky. And ending it in Knoxville, Tennessee. What are your thoughts with this, man? With some of the city selections that he chose? No Louisiana at all.
Well, it was brought to my attention that where he ends it at, that's when he goes into his Louisiana concert that he does every year. So that's why he's probably not doing one in Louisiana. So, I mean, it's a nice card. I mean, him and 2 Chainz and Game.
Yeah, Game. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
I mean, it's a cool card, you know. I mean, I'd probably go to see the Game, but
yeah, I'm going to see Game and 2 Chainz, and I'm leaving right when Lil Wayne comes on. That's the fact, bro. That's just what's gonna happen, bro. No, I'm not staying for Lil Wayne. No, I'm not. I don't want to see Lil Wayne live. It's not a good sight, bro. Shout out to Wayne though. Shout out to Wayne. I'm sure it'll be a dope concert, but yeah, I'm only going for the Game and 2 Chainz. That's it.
Yeah,
probably prefer a little bit more to the Game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, man. We got 2 more. We got 2 more. Bob Iger is stepping down as CEO of Disney as of today. What are your thoughts with this, man? Do you think the direction that Disney's heading in the right space? Did he leave it in the right space? What are your thoughts?
I mean, they own everything, so yeah.
I can't hear you.
I said that. You hear me?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Mm.
Mic is on.
I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Mark, can you hear me?
Mark, can you hear Chris? Or am I tripping? He hears you? Is it me? It might be me.
So he said he hears us.
I cannot hear you.
You hear me?
I'm gonna leave and come back real quick.
Little technical difficulties, people. But yeah, Disney's in a beautiful space. They own damn near everything: ESPN, Star Wars, the MCU. They own everything, man. So they're in a good space. They ain't going nowhere. No time soon. No time soon. So yeah. Yep. Pretty much.
All right, I hear you now. I hear you. It was on me.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, like I was saying, they own everything, man. ESPN, MCU, Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
They own everything, bro.
Yeah. No, yeah.
WWE, they own it.
Nah, yeah. Yeah, they do. All right, man. Last but not least, scientists say a protein found in whales could help humans live up to 200 years. Scientists found extremely high levels of protein called CIRBP in these whales. It repairs DNA damage, prevents mutations that cause aging, cancer, and keeps cells functioning longer. What are your thoughts with this, my man?
I don't want to live to 200 years old.
This will probably be very expensive to do anyway, so I think it's probably out of our tax bracket. So
yeah, but still, I'm good.
Yeah, I feel you. All right, man. That's it for random news for this week.
Did you see the Spider-Man trailer?
I did not see the Spider-Man trailer.
Man, damn, bro. You gotta watch it, dog. Looks good.
I'll check it out.
Shout out to Tom Holland.
Shout out to MLB The Show, man. That game is fire, man. That game is fire. I know Cris is gonna cave in.
I've been trying to put you on MLB The Show.
You ain't trying to do nothing, dog. What you talking about? You ain't trying to.
I've been trying to put you
when
on.
When did you try to put me on MLB The Show?
When I started playing it a couple years ago, I said, man, you need to get MLB The Show.
You ain't never said that.
And you look at me like I'm crazy.
You ain't never said that, dog.
Yes, I have. You want to play NBA regurgitate 2K.
Hey, look, I like ball, man. I like basketball, dog. But,
go outside and play ball.
Be too hot, dog. Fuck that.
They got gyms.
I be trying to overcharge motherfuckers for that shit, man.
Go to the Y, man. You get $1. You pay $1. You go.
MLB The Show fire, man. Like I finally got used. I got used to the pitching where you got to do the design or whatever. I got used to that. My hitting is mid, but it's getting better. It's getting a little bit better. I'm playing Diamond Dynasty. That's what I'm playing. Diamond Dynasty. Yeah. I've been playing Diamond Dynasty though. I'm building my team a little bit up. You know what I mean? Got Troy Tulowitzki. You know what I mean? So let's see what's up.
For sure. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
Got anything else, sir?
No. I got to wake up at 5 a.m. So, and I'm hungry. So, yeah, I'm good. I'm done today.
But if you want to donate to the Cris Mall Podcast, donate to $Cat Cris Mall Podcast. We'll appreciate whatever you give us. Whatever streaming platform you use to listen to your podcast, we're available on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and who's the other one? Spotify. Also, first-time watchers on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, the notification button, that like button. So when we go live on Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesday 9-ish p.m. Pacific Standard Time, jump in the live with us. You can talk about these topics. We want to hear from you. Get your opinion. Like Mark always faithfully does give his opinion. We want to hear from you the same way, man. Agree with us, disagree with us. We just want to hear from you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Whatever social media platform you use, whether it be X, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Twitch, Kick, Facebook, wherever you use, we are available at Cris Mall. Follow us, we will follow you back. We're just some regular guys who like to talk sports, music, movies, and all kinds of various other things. If you have a feedback or critique, or if you have a question or topic, and we like said question or topic, we will bring it up. We will shout you out because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and hit us up via DM, emails, or our mentions. All right, good people. Hope you have a good rest of your night, good rest of your week. We will be back Monday to recap everything for March Madness and other things going on, NBA stuff, and any other news that we hear over the weekend. We will be here to bring it to you. But until then, hope you guys be safe, be good. And until then, we are out.
Shout out to Luka the Dawn. Luka the Dawn. LA, baby. LA.